Right, hello ladies and gents, welcome back to FTRL, round 7, and we're at Silverstone. As always, joining me in the comms box is Lee, and somebody new, well I say somebody new, last season's commentator, Boyflack, or Sai, or something else. How you doing, boys?
You didn't know where you were going with that then, did you?
Not a quote.
I'm very well, how are you, Joe?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Bit of a poor turnout again, but hopefully it'll be sorted by next week when guys come off the holiday.
Indeed. Let's get this summer out of the way. Let's get ready for the winter series. That way we'll have full numbers every week and we'll have some great racing.
That's it, nothing to do in the winter.
Exactly, it's too cold, nobody wants to go anywhere. We'll be home, all the things to race. Anyway, we are at Silverstone, which means we're down for some great racing tonight. The circuit usually delivers a cracking race, and with all the changes that have come through, we've now got, I think, every race winner from all three classes in the same division racing each other, so that's going to mean one hell of a battle for the win tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, three of the four, is it, are on holiday this week. So it's only actually Liam making his debut tonight, unfortunately, I think. We've got Stocky.
Oxy's up. Oxy's here.
Oh yeah, Oxy, yeah, of course. So we've got Stocky and Charlie missing.
Yeah, I think they both had prior plans before we made the changes,
yeah.
so...
It is, but well, we've still got 13 of the best FTRL can offer, so I'm sure these boys will put on a great show.
I can hope so. How do you boys think the new guys will do then? Liam obviously we know is a quick driver, Oxy as well, has been in F1 before. How do you think we're going to get on?
I think Liam will do well. He has been there or thereabouts in every F3 race in terms of the win, and those that he didn't win has been because of some silly little incidents. And then looking at his time trialling times, he's been up there with the fastest in F1, so he's been trying to pick off Tico and Zach's times, and he's within a tenth most of the time, so I think he's going to be straight in the battle. Ox has been quick in every race so far for F2. I've not really looked at his times compared to the others in time trialling, so I don't know where he stands in terms of time, but I think again he's going to be there or thereabouts, so it's definitely two more to put into podium contention today.
Well, Williams about to cross the line. There's a 26.8. So it's not too bad. 3 tenths off the
straight away within 3 tenths of the reigning F1 champ.
So not too bad. How do you think the guys will get on, Si?
Yeah, same as Lee really. Liam, we know, was the dominant force in F3 for the first half of the season. I think he took, 5 out of the 6 races, and 4 pole positions. So yeah, he's definitely got the outright pace, shall we say, to I think cause the guys at the front a problem. And Ox has just shown his hand with a 26.9, so yeah, I think Ox is going to be pretty sorted as well. It's going to be a very good battle at the front. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I must say my LCD shines through when I look at Hugo's car and I don't see the number 1. He's pulling a Lewis Hamilton on us. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. I think if you've earned a title win against the very best, you should wear that with pride.
Of course,
I think
there we go.
I can understand everybody else, wanting to run their own personal numbers, that's fine, but if you're a champion, show it to the world. Not everybody gets to run the number 1 plate in their career. I think if you've earned it, you should wear it like a badge of honour. But
well, champion's prerogative, he doesn't want to show off.
Fair enough. So the first few laps coming in, and it's the usual protagonists at the top. Dutch Tricks currently sits fastest, ahead of the 2 Ferraris, returning Zach, or Hugo as he's running into that camp tonight, and Tico sitting P3, and then the new arrival sitting just behind them 4th and 5th.
I'll tell you what, I'm so much happier sitting in this seat rather than in the cockpit of one of those cars tonight. I would be so out of my depth in this division.
That must be said, it's nice to see the Toro Rosso driver back of Will Tix currently on board with him. He was here for the first 2 weeks, but DNF both races, and has missed the last 4. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on tonight.
Indeed. Settled in his new house, so hopefully he's got a strong internet connection.
Right, this will be a good test for it.
Indeed, so I'm just watching Cress coming around. I think he was on a fast lap, but I think he's backed out of it. Yeah, he's diving to the pits. So I think we've just got Co-Andy on a hot lap at the moment.
Let's go on board with him then.
Well, Aaron, the only person so far to set a lap on medium tyre, everyone else has gone out on the soft. Apart from Willie Tix, who either invalidated or abandoned his hard tyre run.
Yeah, I've heard it's quite not easy, but you can do the softs and mediums around here. So I've got a feeling everybody will be qualifying on the softs. If not, somebody will try and sneak in on the mediums and try and go a little bit longer.
I think we've seen a bit of a shift in the tyre strategy since the opening sort of 4 or 5 rounds. Obviously the go-to strategy there was up mediums to hards to make it work, or vice versa, and now we are seeing a lot more people running the softer mediums. So these tracks being a little bit kinder on the tyres, or do you think this is to do with the updates?
I don't know if it's an update that's had an effect or if it's just the layouts of the circuit.
Maybe it's a mental thing. You know, at the start of a championship, you want to try and get points on the board. You go for the safer strategy. Towards the end of the season, you go aggressive.
Well, the thing is, we're at a track now where you spend 3/4 of it at full throttle. There's not really that many sort of high traction zones or things to worry about. So, you know, you've obviously got the higher speed stuff like Maggots, Beckett's, Stone Cops that are going to put a lot of stress and strain through the front tyres, but I think they'll live with it.
It's also worth mentioning, as Co-Andy slightly goes wide, but he invalidates his lap. The stewards are going to be watching over the next 3 races on track limits. Correct me if I'm wrong, Si, but I think it's turn 9 and 15.
Yep, turn 9 Cops and 15 Stowe. That's it.
Just purely because the game, it really extends those limits if you run a little bit too far wide, and doesn't really punish you or give you a penalty. So, like I say, stewards are going to be keeping an eye on that.
We're just on with Hugo, or Zach, our reigning champion, as he heads down the hanger straight on his hot lap. Currently sitting just 48 thousandths of a second behind pole sitter Dutch.
Yeah, there's a Merc behind him getting a nice little toe as well.
I think he just overtook him coming out of Maggots and Beckett's there.
Oh, okay.
He's just coming up on him. I think he's on his outlap. Comes around Club Corner.
There we go.
And it's off the pole position.
2/10. Great lap.
So challenge laid down. Dutch just he's currently around corner past the old pit lane, so he's on his outlap. Tico running just in front of him.
Liam's coming onto the hanger straight.
DRS open and under the board. Not had Liam very long, but it's definitely weird seeing him in a Williams already. Used to seeing him dominating at the front in an Alfa Romeo, you know. Plus himself P3.
He's still a white car.
He was complaining he didn't like the look of it from the inside view as much as he did his Alfa Romeo. It's not slowing him down. Right up into the mix between the big 3 from F1 all season.
Yeah, he's definitely showing his colours. He's a very, very quick driver.
Yes, I was doing some tile trial with him on Saturday, and he was pushing himself to try and match Tico's time. I think he'd done the fastest lap in time trial, and he was flashbacking and all sorts just to get it down to beat him in every sector by every thousandth of a second. He came out one sector by 6 thousandths of a second down, and he wasn't happy with it. And it's just like, that's his dedication to his lap time.
currently on board with Cress, who hasn't set a time yet, and neither has his teammate Lennon, who's currently on an outlap. 6 minutes left.
So Lennon does like that one-shot qualifying, doesn't he? But he's giving himself time to get a couple of runs in here, hopefully. So might see a bit of a turn of pace for him here. Just currently watching Tico as he comes through Maggots and Beckett's. Dutch not far behind him either, so these two both gunning for pole. Hang straight.
That's definitely a corner cut for Cress. Surely that's giving him. Oh, he's gone wide and slid off anyway.
Oh, big slide from Tico as he comes around Stowe. Into club corner. Comes to the line. Did it cost him? It does a little bit. He pops himself back up into third. Behind him, Dutch does not improve his lap time. Stays P2.
I think Dutch invalidated through Beckett's, but carried the lap on just to see what it would have been.
No, okay. Aaron currently P7. I mean, I've said it every week, but Aaron, you know, it seems like Aaron is having a bad season, but if you look at sort of where he's finishing and the guys that are actually finishing above him, he's kind of where you would actually expect him to be. I mean, I'm not saying Aaron is slow, by no means is he slow.
No, exactly, he's not slow by any means, but you look at the company he's keeping.
Exactly. The guys above him are just extremely quick.
Well. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's been the most unlucky man, I think, across all three divisions so far this season as well. Crash on the opening lap in the opening race, obviously took the qualifying ban for race 2. The accident that happened in Baku, it was just everything going against him, but you know, he got his head down at Canada, got himself a solid result, and I think he's back in a positive mindset now. Racing hard, you know, he's showing pace, and you know, I think there's a possibility of some good points for him again today.
I mean, you look at that top 7, 8 now, and you still think you've got Charlie and Stocky to come back next week. I mean, the top 10 is just absolutely unreal.
Indeed, I know Pagani's been worrying about if he's going to be able to score points today, but as you see, he's currently sitting in P10, so ahead of the two Toro Rossos, and Cress, who's just gone out to set a lap time again after he's been validated his earlier attempt.
Coand is on a lap as well. Oh no, I think he's pulled out of it. It must have been validated somewhere. He's currently going around in no ERS. And Lennon also doing the same thing. He must have been validated somewhere as well. So we'll look at the chat then. So we've got C Posh in the chat. Peakman as always. Thank you for the constant support, Peakman. Appreciate that. Got Pagani in there saying he's so slow. He's currently sat P10 in one of the fastest divisions around. It's not too bad.
I mean, texting and driving isn't going to help.
Yeah.
Who does he think he is? Santiago Ferrucci.
Matt Cole's currently on an outlap. Liam on an outlap as well. Probably going to be the last lap, I would imagine.
So for a last run, I would say that Liam's gone a tad early.
Maybe.
Well, obviously you expect everybody's probably going to fly out very soon. You have a very busy track, so maybe getting his lap in early. Well, look out for him, but he might at the same time catch everybody on their outlaps, so fingers crossed he can get a clean lap in.
I was going to say, he's coming around to the pit entry now, and it's about now that people are going to start leaving the garages. He might just avoid this.
We'll go on board with him, we'll see how it pans out. Here we go then.
So Ox has just come out of the pits. We've got 3 others on a lap already, so Ox might come across Ox on his lap, but probably avoided the worst of it.
Still got the top guys in the pits. Maybe they're not going to go again. Maybe they'll just leave it late.
No, there's movement from Dutch's garage, Tico's garage. They're all on their way out now.
Oh, there we go.
All coming out together.
From the pit lane, Mr. Simon. Our own little Ted Kravitz.
Very interesting line there. Just watched Liam coming around the final corner of the old circuit, the old pit late, and he was very tight there to the inside. I didn't really run out until the edge of the curb. You'd have thought just run it out, carry the speed, but he kept it very neat and tidy.
Nice work. Currently 4/10 up.
See him with a shout.
Yeah, he gets this last sector spot on. He may have a very good starting position on his debut. Here we go then.
That's a very tidy lap so far.
He's on for a fantastic lap. Here we go, across the line, puts a provisional pole. There we go.
Wow, Marco laid down.
Great
fantastic
lap.
A 26.2. Oh. My god. Alright, who's next across the line then?
So we've got Aaron and Willie Tix. I think Willie Tix will be the next across the line.
Ox has just started the lap.
Yeah, Willie Tix onto the hanger straight.
Coming through village and the loop. There's a lot of traffic in front of Aaron.
Through the last corner, Willie Tix, where can he go? Stays 13th.
Improves to within 5 thousandths of his teammates. Toro Rosso's very evenly matched today, but no improvement on his lap side position at least.
Yeah. Aaron's coming up to the back of Coandy, who's currently on his out lap. Hopefully Coandy doesn't slow down too much.
I think Coandy needs to get a move on, he's not going to make it to the line. I don't think he's going to make it to the
Coandy
line.
hasn't.
Missed it.
He's just missed it.
Aaron goes
Aaron
5th.
does P5.
Great lap. Right, who's next? Hugo's pulled out of it, so Hugo won't be setting another lap.
Dutch and Dutch is probably the one to watch then. Yep.
Oxy
TK not far behind him. TK now just coming into left field behind him.
So Oxy currently P8, goes P5. Great lap.
Just 800ths of a second off the top 4.
Right.
TK just got the grass there as he turned into Cop's corner on the outside on the curb.
Yeah, Dutch did the same thing. Matthew Baggett's onto the grass, pushing very hard. Under the board he goes.
Oh, he's so wide out of Maggots and Beckett's. 800ths of a second down. Needs to find some time in this final sector. Oh, and he's gone very wide there.
Massive slide from Dutch.
Stays 3rd.
I think that cost him.
So Tico is the only man. Oh, massive moment for Tico as well.
And again.
So, I mean, Zach isn't on a lap. So Liam, unless Brandon can pull something magical out, which he hasn't, on his first race in F1, Liam has put it on pole position. Wow. What do we think of that then, gents?
Welcome to F1, Liam.
I think the old guard best be on alert. There is a new pretender in town, and he means business. So there is your grid. And Williams on pole for the first time this season. Liam, the big 3 with Hugo, Dutch, and Tico sitting behind him. The F2 promotion new boy Ox in 5th. Aaron, Coandy, Brand, Pagani, and Cress making up the rest of the top 10. Just over a second covering top 11 there, 1.1 between Lennon and 11th. And first, they were a very closely matched grid, but well, we knew he's quick. Now we know just how quick he is. Liam on pole.
I mean, I knew Liam was quick, and I feel the guys were struggling with their. Oh, it's looking quite dark, I must say.
That's very overcast.
British summertime is doing its best.
But yeah, Liam definitely proving it was right for the admins to call him up.
Certainly is. So, well, qualifying done, boys. We need to get our podium predictions done.
Oh.
So, what do we think? It's probably a little harder to predict now than it has been.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder. I don't like it. I, I don't think Liam will win it. I don't want to say he got lucky on his qualifying, but I think a few of the top guys were struggling with their out laps, and I think they got a bit of traffic. That being said, I do think he'll get a podium because he's definitely quick enough. But I think Dutch will win it, and Hugo's second.
So, not believing third. Then I'm gonna go Hugo for the win. Like you, I think one of the regular F1 boys will win it. I'm going to put Liam second though. I don't think he's going to be far away. And I am going to put the other Ferrari of Tico in third.
Okay, interesting. Simon?
I think that the top three are going to stay as they are.
Ooh.
Now is this fight to the post?
I think Liam is going to actually say to these boys, right, I'm here, and
I'm here to stay.
I'm here to stay. I'm gonna give you a run.
Well, we shall see. So in the chat, boys, let's hear your podiums. First one up, Donzo. He reckons Dutch, Chico, Liam. So another one going for Dutch for the win. Donzo says, can he do it against the usual protagonists in this league? So I mean, him and Charlie have been having some excellent battles this year, and Jamie and T. Smith have kind of been there or thereabouts and put them under pressure, but those two were probably the standout drivers in F3. But I think Hugo, Dutch and Chico maybe are a step up.
The one thing we've got to consider here is that Liam's coming into this on no points, and the three behind him are all at the top of the championship scrapping with each other for that.
This is true. Liam really has nothing to lose.
Last couple of corners
behind him, however, but you bear in mind Hugo, Zach, he's obviously now about 20 points behind Dutch after missing the last two races. He's got he's got a gap to make up. He's going to need to push. He can't really afford to.
I was going to say, Dutch found an absolute purple patch in form at the right time. Absolutely made the most of Zach not being here.
So, Jumpy Sport in the chat, he reckons Liam all the way, so he's going Liam for the win. Zom reckons Liam, Dutch, Tico. Peteman thinks Blue Flag, Joe Lee.
I'd like that.
Well in, Pete.
Right, here we go
The only
then.
thing I'll be winning.
And I'll go on board with Dutch for the start. So he gets the better run off the line. Here we go, we're away.
Let's go.
Williams actually had a very good start, to be fair to him.
I think Zach's had a better start though.
Yep, he's trying to storm the inside into turn one.
Oh, side by side. He's held him, and here comes Dutch to the outside. He's going to run him deep. The Alfa Romeo's in their box. Dutch at the inside. Tico.
Oh, there's an off in the background.
It's Bran, I think.
Bran?
Bran's gone round. Corandy involved as well. Dutch is up to second though in all that.
Yeah.
Now the Wellington straight, it's a slipstream battle. Ox to the outside of Tico.
Well, Six has gone already.
Has he had an accident on the straight, I wonder?
So Pagani up 2, currently P7.
Ox up the inside of Tico there, so on the old pit straights. Tucks back in behind.
Ooh, Ox seems to
Liam's had a
struggle.
moment.
Liam's had a wobble. He's lost one, is he going to lose two? Oh, a big slide as well.
Oh, he's lost three.
Don't think his setup is enjoying those higher fuel loads.
Here comes Ox as well. He could be down to fifth in a second.
Oh, Liam looks like he's got a mad straight line setup. He was pulling away from Ox rapidly there then.
I think he said he was going to match Tico's setup, which was running very low wing. I think it was 2.4, something like that. Which obviously is going to be good on the straights, but in the corners. Because obviously Tico uses a wheel, doesn't he? I think it suits the wheel setup definitely, but when you're on a pad like Liam, I don't think it's ideal. And can well have contributed to his couple of moments there. Wendell got it tidied back up again now. He's back on the tail of the two Ferraris.
Well, Willie Tix is in the stream chat saying that his internet hasn't passed the test. They retired, so he didn't end someone else's race.
Fair enough.
So P3 to P1, Dutch into the lead, and
the Racing Point
up a bit of a gap.
Teammates are side by side. Apologies for the interruption. I think Lennon's got past his teammate.
Still side by side.
Go on then.
Rest not giving it to him.
Aaron and Pagani are at close quarters with one another.
Oh, Chris had a good run there.
Done into Cops. Crest go for the switchback. Lennon's on the alternate tyre. He's actually on the medium tyre, so.
Yeah, Lennon's flying at the minute. All over his teammate.
Chris gets it back again.
No, Pagani's got a fantastic run on Aaron.
He's going to have to go the long way round Stowe.
Thinks better of it, I think.
So it's a bit early for moves like that.
Matt Cole's now on the attack of Lennon after he had a slide coming out of Beckett's.
Top three is starting to pull a little bit of a gap. Dutch currently a second ahead of the returning champ.
Top five overall, I say Dutch getting a bit of a gap. And then, these top five though are pretty much where we wanted them to be, nose to tail, and barely anything between them all.
Two Racing Point teammates still quite close together. Matt Cause is managing to hang on to the back of him as well. It's just the two guys that went off at the start. I think
Lennon sends it and gets the pass done again. Cresta and the sweep around the outside is going to let Matt Cause up his inside. Trying the go-karting line around the outside.
I don't think Cress is enjoying those tyres too much. Oh, it's Liam! Liam's gone off! Oh no! Oh, that McLaren was close. What a shame. Just need to stick with it.
Well, Hugo on the lead. Hugo on Dutch. Hugo on Dutch. Dutch fends him off, but he is right under the wing now.
Oh, don't make a move into that.
Don't do a Vettel.
It's alright, it's not a Red Bull in front of him.
So these two now just starting to leave Tico behind a bit. They're out of DRS range, which is going to be key down the Wellington straight in a second.
Dutch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hugh. Zach's got back into that slipstream of Dutch and it's working a treat.
Yeah. It's hard to shake the slipstream on this track just purely because it's just so much speed everywhere. If somebody makes a mistake.
Racing Point's at it again. Just let him back ahead of Cress again. Matt Cause now down
Matt
the
Cause has gone to the inside.
Gets it done. Great overtake, hitting all and running the medium tyres actually, so yeah, I think Cress is really struggling on those soft tyres at the moment.
Yeah, something.
Andy also onto the back of this group again.
Yeah, Liam is bringing that gap down relatively quickly. If anybody's got the pace to bring it back from a big spin like that, it's definitely Liam, as he's already shown. Huge shame for him though.
I'd say Bran's also pitted for the hard tyre.
Here we go then.
His opening lap issue.
Hugo's
so he's going to dive into the end.
Oh, Dutch went defensive. Hugo runs wide.
Fox is also now back within DRS range of Tico, so he could quickly find himself back on under the rear wing there. These four have now dropped Aaron to the tune of 3.5 seconds. Fighting a rear guard action for Pagani. Matt Cause on Lennon. It's a great little. We've got a train. We've got a train, boys.
Yeah, Cress is back in on this as well, and Liam is closing them down rapidly. Lennon's going a little bit wide.
Racing Point's at it again.
Kawandi's gone on the inside. Now the outside.
They're on the outside. Just giving each other room.
This is helping Liam so much. Oh,
he's back
Pagani's
into
made a
it.
move on Aaron, I think.
He has.
Pagani's looked to have the speed over Aaron, but now that Aaron's going to get the slipstream in the DRS, that may be about to turn.
Andy's got a run on Cress. Vehicle World Cups.
Round the back, Oxy receives a penalty. Oh, these guys are so close. The DTR must be absolutely terrible through here.
Matt Course.
Got a good
Just
run here,
getting
though,
a bit
on
out of shape.
He's got a great run now. Is Cress going to buy into this by the end of the straight as well?
Oh,
Not quite.
don't do that, don't do that.
We've now got 5 for 7th place. Liam is on the back now.
Yeah, it's a fantastic ball. Dutch is pulling a little bit of a gap again. It's hovering around half a second, but...
Andy having to go defensive because Liam is attacking him as well, so these boys are racing points once again, nose to tail.
Oh,
Andy.
Well missed, well missed.
Yeah, he's done well to avoid the car in front there, and that's give Liam an absolute treat.
While the front three have closed up together, Tico now back onto the tail of his teammate. He's managed to drop Oxy to the tune of about 2 seconds.
Crest got out of shape from Brooklands. He's now got Liam on his outside.
Oh, Liam around the outside. That is a brilliant overtake.
Fantastic. And now
But
he's
Crest
chasing
hasn't
down the
finished with
next
him.
one. Oh, Lennon went massively wide.
Meanwhile, Pagani has dealt with Aaron and is getting out of DRS range. So, having been worried about not being able to score some points tonight, sitting a very comfortable P5 at the moment.
Yeah, not a bad drive at the moment. Cress might be making a move around the outside of Liam. Just doesn't have the grip, I don't think. Oh, definitely does not. That is a great save from Cress, though. Well played.
I mean, those pink ovals might
Leonard
have a tinge of brown to them.
Still no movement at the top, although they are very, very close to 3 of them. But it's hard to come off this 4-way battle at the minute.
Keep an eye on these 3 at the moment, and up Wellington straights. Now they're all just following each other around for the moment. Aaron is back within DRS
There we
range.
go. Lennon's about to make a move up the inside of Matt Coors. Job done.
Doors open for Liam, is he going?
Oh.
Just pulled out of that.
And we saw
This
that
is,
if anybody watched the MotoGP race on Sunday. Obviously we saw a fantastic last lap, last corner overtake around the old pit lane straight here.
I watched the highlights of it.
Liam was thinking about doing the same move that Alex Rins put on Marc Marquez there.
Hugo doesn't quite have the legs to get up to that Mercedes.
Is he just toying with him maybe?
Well, he's not used any battery in that attempt down the straight.
So I don't think he wants to lead at the moment. I think he's quite happy where he is.
Now, speaking of those track limits earlier, I have seen Hugo run wide at turn 15 quite a few times. I don't know if he's just running wide behind the Mercedes, but
Liam and Crest battling again, and Cowardly having this moment a lap ago. He's right back onto the tail of Crest. Matt Core just starting to eke away a little bit from these 3. We're starting to see the swap over between the soft and the medium tyres.
I was going to mention the fight these guys are having is really going to help Lennon and Matt Coors due to them being on those mediums. I was going to say, is Liam made a mistake or something, but those tyres I don't think are very happy at the moment.
So I'm expecting pit window to be around about 10.
Hugo is a lot closer to Dutch.
Crest just had a big moment there on the power. He got on the power out of Luffield. That's like
Here we go.
Coandy attacking, he's defending into Cops. Coandy trying to go around the outside. This will be a hell of a move. Crest forces him wide.
Hugo's turned the ERS up this time, but didn't
Coandy
seem to
gets
make
the
any
pass
inroads.
done. Now, Coandy, Crest did force him wide into Cops, but he has got the move done.
Run wide though, and that's give Crest.
Hugo's going for an undercut.
There we go.
Meanwhile, Liam has already bridged the gap to Matt Cause for 8th place. Not hanging around.
So Pagani up into P4. Aaron up to P5. Where is Hugo going to come out? If he avoids this battle, although I think he's going to come out not necessarily right behind it, but going to come out relatively close to it.
Crest is through turn 2 as Hugo is at the end of pit lane now.
Huge slide from Crest. Those tyres are really going off, locking up into pretty much every corner now.
Yep.
Yeah, I think because of the pit lane speed limit being 37 and not 50 on the game, that's done Hugo a favour.
Yeah, he's come out 12.5 seconds behind these guys, and they're most likely going to pit this lot.
So he's got himself a lovely pocket of clean air in front of him.
So when do the top 2 respond?
Surely they'll have to
is
respond
that
this lap.
Has Tico had a moment? Tico's dropped about 2 seconds off the back of Dutch, so has he had a moment somewhere we've missed because he's now got Ox back within 1.5 seconds of him? He's also got no ERS level. Just starting to build his ERS up again, but he's
Dutch
pretty much
pits,
empty.
and Tico responds.
Oh, there we go.
Ox carries on.
That's an interesting call from Ox.
Pagani
pits, as does Aaron.
Pits.
They're all in.
Lennon carries on, Matt Cord carries on, Liam carries on, Coandy carries on, Crest pits. Whoa. Big lock up there.
Here we go then. Hugo coming
Got
down
to
to the
slow
pit
down
entrance. Again, goes wide. I'm not... I don't know. I don't know if he's running wide intentionally, but he's done it every time I've been on board with him.
So Hugo coming out of the final corner now. Where is Dutch? In response, he's trundling down pit lane. This is going to be close. Hugo's going to get him. And he has them.
Oh, the undercut worked a treat.
Just.
So Hugo net P1.
William has gone past Matt Cause as well.
So Liam's still got some pace on his soft tyres.
Oh, Dutch
Hugo
and
side by side.
Hugo are having a battle.
Dutch getting the move back done. Oh, great camera angle there. The one on the curb, on the inside of Cop's corner. That's Ox pits from the lead. Now where's Liam going to follow? Liam's in this lap as well.
DRS open. Still not putting his ERS up though, Hugo.
Again,
Yeah.
does he just want to follow him around?
Again,
Save
Hugo
his
runs
tyres,
wide.
save his ERS. Alright, so where does Ox go out relative to the top 3 after running a bit longer? He's at the end of the pit lane now, or big slide as he gets on the power.
Yeah, so staying out has lost Ox quite a bit of time. I think he was 2 seconds, if not a second and a half behind this little pack. And he's now 3.
Yeah, I think you're right. Tico is just starting to bridge the gap again to Dutch and Hugo. He's a couple of seconds back, it's down to 1.2. He didn't even have DRS on that lap. The yellow flag set to 1.
Oh, Cress has had a moment, he's gone off. Where is that? Turn 4, I think?
I think that was just coming onto the Wellington straight, yeah, so I think it's just coming to say he rotated, and I don't know, Bram was close to him, but as I switched over to have a look,
I must say,
Whether
fair
or not
play
it's
to
together
Brough.
or
Stuck with it. Here we go then. You go with another run on Dutch. Has a look up the inside.
interesting. Co-Andy still on soft tyres. Now on lap 12.
Yeah. He's getting the most out of those tyres.
Matt Cause and Lennon now battling for the lead.
Tico sets the new fastest up. So still got the top three to pit. So Dutch, Hugo and Tico are currently in a net podium. Oxy 3.5 seconds off this little pack now, with Pagani a further 6 behind them. Can Bran go to the end on those hards, do you think? Nah, I doubt it. He's already been on the 10 laps. That would be a massive ask.
That would be.
I mean, I did 25 on a set of hards on last year's game.
Oh, maybe.
They,
Maybe then.
They were fine, but yeah, that was last year's game.
If he just tries not to fight, stays off the curbs, he might just make it.
Matt Cause looking at Lennon for the lead of the race. To the
Tico's all over the back of Zach.
Ferrari scrap.
Oh, snaking down the hanger straight.
Hugo trying to break that slipstream.
As Co-Andy pits.
Both Ferraris running purposely wide again. Drivers have been warned about that.
As Ox sets the fastest lap of the race. So he's not done with just yet. We've got a bit of a gap to bridge. No traffic, no pressure from behind. He can just knuckle down and get some quick laps in.
I don't want to alarm you, gentlemen. I don't know if you've got the same message that's just popped up. PSN is currently under maintenance. Hopefully it doesn't boot everybody out.
I've not seen that.
I've not got that message either.
Okay. Hopefully the race actually finishes and PSN doesn't break us.
I'll jinx it.
I thought it was just Tuesdays we had issues.
Matt calls.
PSN branching out to Mondays now.
They're trying their best.
Meanwhile, Lennon and Matt Cause continuing to squabble over the lead. Matt Cause looking
take your
to
time, Matt calls.
So, thinks better of it.
Yeah, front three. So the front three, third, fourth, and fifth. They're going through there now.
Dutch has just opened that gap a little bit. It's nearly a second. I think Hugo and Tico battling has just allowed him to get away a little bit. The battle between Aaron and Pagani is about to recommence.
Oh. Yeah,
And Liam is
1.3
not far behind them either.
All yellow flags.
3, that's Cress again.
Oh, he's not having the best of times, is
He's
he?
lost it coming out of Stowe by the look of it. I'll lock up in the club just for good measure.
Aaron's going to have DRS. He isn't using a lot of VRS, so he is just taking it easy at the minute, not pushing too much. But Liam is closing in quickly, so if I were Aaron, I'd get a move on.
Yeah, Tico's closed back up to Hugo, but he's used most of his ERS to do it.
Dutch is in a little bit of a gap now, so he's going to be safe from DRS for at least this lap. He's just leaving
Hugo.
the Ferraris to squabble.
Grass might Hugo let Tico go, see if Tico can close the gap to Dutch.
Yep, it looks like that's what's happened.
maybe
Hugo definitely moved out of the way there for sure.
Called it. Oh, Cress has left the session, he lagged out. His car's still on track.
Yeah, it's higher.
Meanwhile, Matt Cause and Lennon are side by side coming out the final corner. Around the outside, that course. Still side by side into first
Oh,
corner.
they've
There's
touched!
contact.
Lennon's gone round.
And Lennon's going round.
Oh, boys, why are you fighting? Just try and pull a gap. Oh, such a shame. We might lose 2 racing points on the same lap. Everybody steams through.
That was not really a place I would have expected to try and overtake around the outside into turn 1, and it didn't work out very well for Lennon.
No. I don't know why these guys were fighting. Clearly they must understand they're ruining their own race by fighting as much as they were. Just try and pull a gaps and then pit.
I mean, turn 1 isn't somewhere I'd want to be trying to make an overtake.
Definitely not. Williams right on the back of Pagani. Aaron's actually got the move done on Pagani, so Aaron now will be trying to pull away. And I've just looked down at the chat and Zom has just been kicked off PSN. Please hold up. Oh no.
Oh god, oh god.
Oh no, it's a race against time. Hugo's right on the back of his teammate now.
Is it the sky looking pretty grey again?
Liam's going to have Pagani into Stowe. Or before Stowe.
Yeah.
I think Pagani just let that one go.
I don't know where Lynn's going to come out now. Yeah, I think Pagani probably is smart enough not to fight Liam. Pagani's in for a decent result either way. You know, Liam has to get past the Haas. He's got what, about an 8.4 seconds to Oxy if he can get past Aaron. 10 laps to go. Isn't impossible.
Crest got disconnected from PSN.
Oh, that's such a shame. Oh god, please PSN, just don't mess this up. We're begging you.
Deep breaths, everyone, deep breaths. It's going to be okay.
I mean, we're over half distance. What do we do if it goes? Do we award half points or?
We call it, is it 75% we call it? Full points, isn't it?
I think it's 75%. It's a full points result.
So what's that then? Lap
21.
22. Okay, so bear that in mind. 21.
5 more laps, boys. Come on. About seven more minutes.
Matt Cause pits from the lead.
Liam on Aaron.
Finally pits. There we go. Liam has been released. Unless Aaron's got a mighty run on him though.
Like Liam had a bit of a slide there. Aaron's not finished with him.
Where's Matt Cole's gonna come out? Tyres are going on, and he's out.
He's out the box now.
Going to come out around Co-Andy.
Yeah, I think so. In front of Co-Andy, because Co-Andy I think has had a couple of spins. 20 odd seconds behind. Aaron isn't letting Liam go though.
And meanwhile at the front, Dutch has not been caught. Tico has not been able to close the gap down.
Hugo again trying to just save that ERS. As I say that, it turns it up. I'm just going to stop speaking.
No, he's gone back down again.
Well, that's the thing with Zach and trying to catch him past Hugo. He used up all of his ERS and he hasn't recovered it, and his fuel light keeps coming on as well.
No, I mentioned the gap between Oxy and Liam a couple of laps ago was about 8.4, 8.3. It's now 6.5 now Liam has got past Aaron. So Liam is on the charge.
I think the podium's probably out of the question, but in the top 4 finish, perhaps not.
Well, I mean, if he catches Oxy and gets past him, P4 would not be a bad result, considering he did have a huge spin. Huge.
So it'd be quite a decent recovery from the F1 debutant.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have offered him a pole position and a P4 in his first race in F1, I'm sure it'd have bit your hand off.
Now, Tico is now starting to catch Dutch again. The gap now down to just over a second, so he's taking about half a second out of him.
Yeah, I think Dutch has turned his ERS down.
That cause on those fresh softs, he's catching up to the back of Coandy quite quickly.
Yeah, ERS open. Has a little look up the inside. If Brand gets to the end and scores a point, fair play, because he is just plugged away. And I think he really does deserve a point, but he's got Lennon behind him on 2 lap-old softs. So, if he holds him off, then driver of the day for me.
Definitely that point if he holds him off.
Oh yeah. Matt Cole's right on the back of Coandy, and Hugo right on the back of his teammate as well, but I'm guessing they're probably already, through turn 1.
Oh, I've just got the notification.
Oh no.
Oh no. Currently undergoing maintenance.
Matt Cole's moves to the outside.
That's a great overtaking to stay.
He's got the grip there to do it now, and Matt Coles with a fantastic move gets himself up into P8. Alright, closest battle now then, unless Coandy can stick with Matt Coles, is the top 3. Three laps away from our 75% cut-off, if anything does happen.
Dutch has responded to the Ferraris, just put that gap back out again to about 1.5 seconds.
Well, to be fair to Coandy, he is hanging on to Matt Coles, and Matt Coles is eating into that gap to Pagani.
Yeah, if Coandy can just keep out of DRS and drag himself towards the Red Bull. I don't think Coandy will be too unhappy about that. Hugo can't get close.
Fox is also managing to hold that gap to Liam, still at 6.2, so Liam not really eating into his time now.
Lennon's just picked up another penalty. I don't think Bran has any, so...
I've seen one pop up for Bran.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I've seen one now you mention it.
Oof.
So probably back to even Stevens.
And Dutch has pulled another 10th or so. So Tico won't have DRS, but his teammate behind will. Saying that, Hugo has dropped back a little bit. DRS will just drag him a little bit closer though. I would love to see rain for the last 2 or 3 laps. Just to massively shake this up out of nowhere.
That would be interesting.
Dutch has surprisingly used quite a lot of his ERS. He's turning it up on the straights just to try and pull away from those Ferraris.
Is he maybe thinking, well, maybe he's got the message as well, maybe he just wants to make sure he's ahead.
Well, it's working at the moment. He's pulled another 4/10 in those last couple of sectors, 1.8 now.
Do they know something about rain perhaps? Are they not expecting rain? Does he want to keep himself a bit of a lead?
I have a feeling had it gone double rain, they might have just gone for a double soft stint and try and drag it out a little bit. Maybe the just tyre wear would have absolutely killed them. Coandy is back within half a second of Matt Coles, and the gap between Matt Coles and Pagani is now under 4 seconds. Yellow flags. Oh,
Grand's crashed.
No, that's such a shame.
Where's he gone?
I've gone on board with Cress's ghost car to see if I can find out.
I'm gonna say it's out of stock.
Yeah, it looks like Stowe, doesn't it? Yeah, yellow flags flashing.
18 lap-old hards, I think, finally gave way for him. Oh, Lennon's lost it now through turn 1.
He's done a Marcus Ericsson from a couple of seasons ago.
Who lost it 2-1 to it?
Keep going, Lennon, because you'll get a point.
I've just had a wobble somewhere on this lap, but he's just lost half a second.
Big shame for Brant. Liam is 5.3 on Oxy now. There's only 5 laps to go though. He's plugging away at that gap quite nicely. You can see him now in the distance. Four laps to go.
So Dutch looking quite comfortable. He's keeping that gap at about less than 1.3 seconds. And Ferraris need to get a move on if they're going to catch him. But do they have anything to offer?
Now, if they did swap to let Tico try and have a go at Dutch for this second stint, will they swap it back?
If they wasn't both going for the title, I think they wouldn't. I don't know what I'm saying now. Lennon's left. Oh no! I wonder if that's to do with PSN. Oh, this is
just being sniped off one by one.
Hugo within a couple of tenths now. But yeah, I think if both Ferraris weren't fighting for the title, then I believe they probably would swap it round if that's what sort of they were intending to do. But since they're both flying out at the top, I think they'll probably stay how it is. But then again, I think they are friends, so you never know. You never know.
Well, it may not come down to that. Hugo's looking a lot quicker than Tico at this point.
Very true, and has a lot more ERS at his disposal as well. I think Hugo actually has the most out of this top 3 at the moment, although Dutch has saved a lot on that last lap.
Matt Core's now less than 2 seconds behind Pagani, and he's bringing Coandy with him.
Yeah, Coandy is doing extremely well to hold on to the back of Matt Core's.
Well, I mean, he did run a lot longer on these soft tyres, didn't he? He ran 12 laps on those soft, so his mediums are actually 3 laps better than most of the rest of the field as Lennon's ghost carpets.
Okay.
Which might lose him his point to his teammate.
I'm assuming both Glennon and Cress will just either get a DNF or a disqualified. I think we're starting to put it down as now. Not disqualified, disconnected.
Glenn has just popped up in the chat. Haven't binned it on my own for a while, so I think he's just lost it there on those old hards.
Massive shame. Liam 4.7 now. I don't think it's coming down quick enough unless Oxy makes a big mistake.
Matt Core's on the other hand, almost within DRS range of Pagani, and Coandy is still on the back of him.
Coandy was having a little look then around the outside.
Defensive, going defensive again.
And with this pace, Aaron isn't far up the road.
Don't think they have the time to get there. 3 laps to go now. Ron just posted in the chat, some content will no longer be available as the F1 anniversary edition has been removed.
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, right.
Hugo's got a fantastic run on his teammate. Has to slow down, and that's lost him quite a bit of time. Matt Core's...
Coandy's so close to the back of Matt Core's.
Yeah, Coandy just needs to relax a bit. I know it's only a couple laps left, but they're so close to Pagani now. Coandy can get 2 positions here if he just plays it a little bit patient. Hugo's round the back of his teammate. It's just not enough. Goes wide again out on the exit. That goes within half a second.
Andy right under his wing already. I think he'll get DRS as well now. He's going to go defensive.
He's getting a toe from Pagani.
Macron's going to run him out wide. Oh. Now Pagani having to go defensive as well.
This is going to be an interesting battle.
You'd fancy Matt Cause against Pagani here. His tyres fresher, softer, more grip. Pagani is a marked man here. Andy is not finished with Matt Cause.
I think I'm going crazy, but I think it's actually starting to rain.
No, it's your eyes, mate.
Not seen anything yet.
Probably my broken TV.
Well, apparently Hugo has damage.
Oh, Tico's
got
a penalty. Oh, wow. Surely Tico just has to let him pass now. Just so he can have one sort of last go at Dutch, trying to put him under a little bit of pressure.
Bram's just posted in the chat that Hugo has damage. I could see him spin up as he tried to exit the pit lane.
There we go, yeah, Tico's got him past. So Hugo back up into second. And if we can put Dutch under a little bit of pressure, maybe Dutch gets the penalty as well.
The battle for P7 still rages on.
A bit more spread out this time. I don't think Matt quite has to defend quite so hard, but I think he's too far back off on Pagani. We're on the final lap and Dutch has got his lead at over 2.5 seconds now. Ferrari's continuing to
Dutch has got this. Tico, he just needs to stay behind his teammate here, because if they do crash, he's risking both points, because Hugo's going to finish in front of him anyway. What are they doing? Tico's gone to the inside. Got the move done. Okay.
That was clean, that was fair.
I mean, unless Hugo has a penalty I've not seen.
Flashing.
I've
not seen him, he does.
Sure.
Yeah, I've not seen any penalties flash up at him.
Matt Court's around the back of Pagani though.
He does have a red flashing fuel light though. Oh!
Too far back.
Andy has got the speed on that course.
He's got the slipstream from Pagani, which is massively helping him. But the dirty air isn't helping him.
He got on the outside of Tico there as they went into cops, and just as Tico turned in, just like he flicked the front wing, I think he's okay. There doesn't appear to be any damage. Is he going to do him on track?
There's been another change of Ferraris. Hugo back into second.
Clean pass. Oh, huge slide, both wide. There you are, and it is Dutch tricks. Coaddy picked up a penalty.
Oh, no way. I don't think Matt closes this course, and I think Pagani's going to hold on to this.
Dutch tricks just to stamp his authority on this race, sets the fastest lap on the final lap.
Yeah, fantastic drive from him. Aaron crosses the line, P6. P7 for Pagani, and I think he will hold it. I didn't see the rest of the jumps on penalties.
Liam finished P5. He was 7/100ths of a second behind Ox at the end of that.
Oh. No, assuming Ox was
wow. I mean, that just proves though that Liam is definitely going to be a force. He isn't here to make up numbers. He's definitely going to give this a go. Fair play to him.
And despite all the new arrivals, it is the same three we've come accustomed to standing on the podium. Dutch Tricks taking his third win in a row.
So Dutch keeping that form going.
He definitely wants that title back. Alright. Now hopefully I can actually send these guys invites to the party. Let's hope. Let's hope and pray. Yeah, that's true. Right, invites are out. Tico is in.
Hi there.
Good evening.
And there's Dutch. Right.
Good evening.
Hello. Alright, well, we might as well get it started then. So, congratulations guys on the podiums first of all. But Dutch, talk us through quali, might as well to start off with.
Yes, hard qualifying I think, with second Liam in front. That were some pretty good laps. I think I was able to grab pole, but lost 2 tenths on the exit of the final corner, so a bit disappointed with it. But yeah, after the start, could overtake Zach and Liam, so it was nice.
Yeah, Liam did a fantastic job to get pole position on his debut. But into the race, he made a slight mistake, got you up there, and then it was just a case of trying to keep those Ferraris behind. Was that more difficult than it looked? It looked like you were managing your ERS quite a bit.
Yeah, it was a bit tricky because you never know when the car behind is on a high ERS or something, so it's difficult to say, but it seemed like Zach didn't have enough straight line speed, I think, or he was just saving his ERS. Don't know what he was doing, but yeah, that was actually not too bad to do, so pretty happy with it, how that finished with it, and how I could manage the gaps behind.
Okay, now it's a bit pointless question, but it did look quite overcast. Was there rain at all forecast, or was it just overcast? Okay, fair enough.
Overcast for the whole race. So.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean that's your third win in a row now. Canada, Belgium, and now Britain. With Zach obviously missing 2 weeks as well, you obviously extend your lead now in a way. Can this form continue?
I hope so.
Monza next. How do you feel going into that?
Of course, I think it will be hard, but I think at least 5 people are able to win the race. And Italy slipstream everyone the whole race. I think same as here. I think it's difficult to pull away, so mistakes in a scurry or something that you can get a penalty will be close and hard to battle with. So.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, F1 now is it's riddled with pace. I mean, the three of you guys here, I don't think it's just going to be a battle for the wins between you guys anymore. Obviously, Liam really showing his hand. I mean, Panda was missing today. We've still got Stocky and Charlie to come back as well. The rest of the season could be an absolute mad thing to watch. Hopefully we get those numbers up and the races could be great.
Yeah, that's the only point, I think, the numbers, because the racing in front has always been good.
Yeah, fantastic.
In F1 this season. So.
Right, well, awesome. Congratulations on the win, mate. Thoroughly deserved.
Thank you, man.
I'll pass you over to one of the other guys. I don't know who wants to take P2.
I'll jump in then. So Zach, number one, welcome back from holiday. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, a really good time.
And I'd like to see you've not lost any of your speed while you've been away. So talk us through your race. Obviously you qualified P2, so you still got the pace there, but lost out to Dutch in the early exchanges of the race, and then obviously you went for the undercuts and just came out in front of Dutch, but then he managed to just get back in front of you again. Was that kind of a key point of the race?
So in quali, I could maybe have gotten pole, but I got blocked in my final run by Willy Tix. But that's not important. So yeah, I managed to do a good lap for second place, and then Dutch got a great start, overtook me, and then I was just stuck behind him because I don't know, my straight line speed wasn't great. So I tried the undercut, but I got damage on the pit exit.
I did see I did see you. I saw you have a bit of a kick as you got on
so
the
that
power.
was so difficult in the S section. So difficult to keep up with Dutch and Tico, so I decided to let them go and just follow them in the DRS. And at the end, I don't know how I did that, but I managed to overtake Tico with damage, so it was great. And congrats to Dutch and Tico for podium again.
Indeed, great.
You
As I
as well,
say,
mate.
it's not a great circuit you want with wing damage, especially maggots and Beckett's. Like you say, it's a tricky section.
I'm official bottler. I'm a bottler.
No, I
Well,
don't
at least
think
you
so,
didn't do a full Grosjean at least, so at least you managed to keep plugging in the right direction.
almost did that. I almost did that. When I put on the throttle at the pit exit, instantly, boom, on the wall. I'm so stupid.
A
Because that
Grosjean.
could have been a win. I was ahead of Dutch when he came out of the pits, so without damage, we don't know how
Out
to
also
play.
like a little moment on the pit exit, but could manage it on time.
So, but yeah, still a great result.
The best I could do.
Obviously, we've got a lot of new people who joined the series since you last raced. Obviously, only 2 of them got to race today. We'll do 2 next week for you. Have you raced much against Liam so far? And do you think he's going to be a threat? Obviously, you 3 are going for the title. He's just come in. He's looking to just score enough points to stay in here for next season.
Yeah, but he have a lot of pace. You saw it. He got pole, but quite a margin, and yeah, we saw he can fight. He can fight for wins. So it will be interesting for the next races.
Indeed, so it's your team's home Grand Prix next, Monza. Is that a circuit you enjoy? Are you expecting to go well there?
A lot. I got the world record at the beginning of the game, but seems to be updates. There was an
Time
update
says
that made
nothing.
the car a lot faster, so I lost the world record, but I was fast here around Monza, so we will see what happens.
We shall indeed. So yeah, well, good luck for next week, and congratulations on that P2 today.
Thanks.
So on to Tico, another podium finish. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So got your teammate back now for the rest of the season, hopefully, which I think is a good thing from a spectator perspective, because all season long you 2 have pushed each other. You know, you fought tooth and nail with each other for wins and podiums all season long, and tonight was another case of that. What's it like having a teammate that, you know, is just that on it with you all the time?
Yeah, he's fast. It's always nice to battle him. He's fair. Yeah. Today was a good battle as well. I had a 3-second time penalty, so I knew he didn't. So I tried to overtake him on the last lap, but I had minus 1.2 laps fuel and 10% ERS, so I knew I wasn't going to hold it. And so yeah, I had to save fuel on the last straight, and he just gone past me like I wasn't even there.
So I think just having, you know, a teammate that you can do that with, it's got to spur you on now to push for the rest of the season and try and reel Dutch in. Because after tonight, I think he's now got a 21-point gap.
Yeah, it will be very difficult to win the championship now. I bottled my quali, and that was the main point, I think.
So with Italy next on the calendar, is there anything that you think you can do? Will, you know, Ferrari home track advantage, will that help at all, do you think, or?
Maybe the game gives us a little bit more speed than Mercedes.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm not the best, not very bad at Italy, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will win, maybe not.
Alright, well, it's been another solid performance from you again this week, and I wish the best of luck next week.
Thank you.
Right, well, that wraps it up then, gents. So, again, fantastic race to watch. Again, we apologise for the numbers, not something we enjoy seeing. Hopefully, it's better next week. Like I say, Stocky, Charlie, both guys we expect to be fighting towards the front.
Tim as well.
Should be back. Yeah, all should be back next week. So, make sure you tune in for that. But tomorrow we have F2. Again, same channel, same time. So hopefully you join us then. Ciao for now.